Hey guys, it's Dwayne the Trader, also known as Mr. Whiskey Wayne. It is December 10th, 2021. Sorry that I got this video out so late today. It's just I had a really hard last night, but we gonna keep the video process going. Like I said, uploading every day, every single day, every single day. So let's go ahead and hop into the markets. Well, first of all, let's go hop into the news today. We had some major U.S. news come out today, which is CPI news. CPI news numbers. We did have one number that beat and one number that's just the same, which is the forecast for the main CPI. It forecasted 1%, not even 1%, but like a point. It went up tenth of percent today, so nothing too major. Not like nothing news breaking or anything like that. So but we did have some moves in the markets today that did kind of reverse some positions, and I did get out of one. I did get end up taking out of one trade for about 1.7%, which is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. The Aussie New Zealand dollar came out and took me out. Already let the group chat know that we got taken out of this trade for a small loss. I said we were consolidating in this area, and I had stops just right above this line of the 1.05481, and it ended up coming to take me out, as you can see, for a small loss. I said for around 1.7%, nothing major, nothing major. We're gonna keep it moving. Like I said, the Australian pair has been very strong this week since the recent RBA news that got released on Monday, and price has been very volatile towards the upper pairs of any really Aussie pairs. I still, believe we're short now on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Looking very, the trend looks like it is changing as we did break this trend line. We came retested like we did, and then we finally pushed up, and now we're consolidating at this line. It is Friday, so it is Friday at 5:30 for 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So the markets are closed right now. So we did end up closing above uh, my stop loss. So that is very interesting. We could see more continued upward pressure in the Australian New Zealand dollar. So there could be a long trade potentially coming out if we do hold that pressure. But for as of right now, like I said, we got took out and we're gonna leave that trade alone. Going into the going to the Aussie dollar Swiss franc. It did, as you can see, it did close below my entry once again. We're looking way better on a consolidation level. Look like we might end up pushing down on the Australian dollar Swiss franc. Only time will tell. So that trade is still looking good. But my US dollar Swiss franc has retraced back down, and I'm down $4 on this trade, almost on just about 0.8% down right now on this trade. But like I said, we did consolidate. We did come back down to this level where we have recently seen pressure push back up. So I'm not too worried. Like I said, until we really break 0.91606 1 point, I mean 0.91606 level, it's the dollar is still looking like a little strong. Like I said, we do have the fears of the Omicron virus coming out. That is still scaring the markets a little bit. Not too much, just like how COVID was. Not too much. COVID was way worse with the market reaction. So, like I said, only the time will tell with this pair. You know how it comes into the fears of markets, and things start to change when fears of markets and fear comes into the market. It starts becoming a risk off versus a risk on market. So, but as of right now, like I said, we are still making higher lows, and so that's all that we really see. We do have a little consolidation right here at these levels at the at the 0.9275 level, and between, like I said, that 0.91606 level. So we do still have that little range. We could be entering a range bound market, which that can be a little frustrating when trying to trade trends. But like I said, going into next week, going into the new year, we will see what happens with the dollar. I do have some positions that I am looking into getting into around next week, like the US dollar CAD. We are seeing, like I said, a pullback on the US dollar CAD. So I am looking to short this level at this 1.27476 level. Looking to short this down to the downtrend. Like I said, we have been very strong on the dollar, pushing up versus Canadian. But the fears of the Omicron, it will show weakness in the dollar and strengthen the Canadian dollar. You know, if the news is not as strong as possible, because if the news is not as strong as we fear, the Canadian dollar will rise in price, because you know that deals with oil, that deals with gas prices, that deals with transportation. And as we seen what happened last time in COVID, when everything got shut down, no one could get oil, no one could get gas. You know, it was very hard. Gas prices were starting to rise, it got very expensive. And like I said, the Canadian dollar got very weak, which caused the dollar to rise against the Canadian dollar. We are seeing a pullback. We are seeing a pullback today. I mean, pullback for the last 2 days, especially like I said, we had news come out today with CPI. So the dollar did have some bullish news, but I am looking to get short at that level, and we're going to see what happens with that. We have the US dollar JPY. Like I said, if we look at the DXY, still we're still holding up pretty well, still consolidating in this range. Nothing really major is happening with this. Like I said, we are starting to range and consolidate at price, which is what you kind of want to see when you see fear in the market. You don't want to see a sell-off, you just want to see consolidation, because consolidation doesn't show really people in true fear. If it was true fear, the markets would start to sell off, right? So even with all this news coming out and we're seeing consolidation, is really mean people are waiting to see how bad this virus could get. If the virus is not as bad as this could get, the dollar will rise above again, and which will cause USDJPY, which is a safe haven currency when markets are in fear, to allow it to push for the dollar to rise against the yen. We also have a New Zealand dollar trade coming up very soon. We almost alerted that level, so I will be looking to get short going into that next week for more downward pressure in New Zealand. A very weak pair lately, so we are looking to find a downward trend. If you want to know when I'm getting into these trade, guys, go ahead and follow my Telegram down in the description. A Telegram down in the description. It's totally free. Everybody can join. See what type of trades I'm getting into, so you could get in when I get in, and we can make this money together. You feel me? So, like I said, link in the description for my Telegram channel. If we let's go ahead and hop back to the charts though. So, like I said, I do have those 4 pairs that I'm watching. We also have, like I said, the Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. We are falling down, which we are heading to that area, which I do like to try to get in at. So we're going to see if we can get to that level next week for a long trade going into the Canadian dollar versus the yen, and see how we could get upper pressure in that price. Looking to catch around 400 something pips, risking around 140. A little too much pips for my respect, but I also don't think we will go back down to that low. I personally don't see it, as we are now starting to break above and make higher highs and higher lows. So as we see that market play out next week, we'll really tell the story for the end of the year going into next year. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Also, like I said, another little short video. Nothing too much really going on. Like I said, I did get stopped out of one trade this week. The only trade I did get stopped out of, I believe. No, I also got stopped out of GBPAUD as well, which GBPAUD has sunk. Like, we have sunk since that level that I originally got in, where I caught 300 something pips. And it's completely reversed under that level. And like I said, the pound pairs has just been very weak. So me trying to buy the pound is just not really a smart idea right now. And so I will try to look to get into this market, look to try to get it like a sell level, maybe something on, maybe see a pullback back to this level around here. Look to try to get a sell entry if we see some type of price action response to that level. I will be getting in short to ride this trade down for the pound weakness going into 2022. But that's pretty much all that I had today for my analysis, guys. Like I said, today is December 10th, 2021. My name is Dwayne the Trader, also known as Mr. Risky Wayne, and I will see you guys later. All right.